Gazumping can be commonplace when you have a market which is really, really busy and active, pretty much like the market that we've got now, where you could have more than one inquiry for your property. As an agent, having dealt with it for over 30 years, gazumping is never a great practice. We can only sell the house to one person, so the person that loses out will always feel upset. So gazumping takes place basically if we've agreed a sale on a property, we've done all the due diligence, we've accepted an offer, and then we're moving along. Somebody else then comes along with an offer after we've accepted an offer. Now, usually we never disclose what offer we've agreed. That's confidential information anyway. But if it is that we receive an offer from a property, under the rules and legislation that we're governed by, we have a legal obligation to notify the vendor of that offer up until the point of exchange of contracts. So if a sale's only just been agreed, we're a long way off from exchange of contracts. We have to let the owner know. Now, if the owner has accepted an offer, but then receives another offer, they can then take a decision on what they want to do. It could be that we've agreed a sale to somebody who's in a long chain, which is high risk, and then we get an offer from somebody over here who is a non-dependent buyer. By non-dependent buyer, it means they do not need to sell a house to proceed. They could have cash, they may be able to buy a house without selling their own, they may be in rented accommodation. So actually, in theory, they could be a better option for the vendor. Usually what tends to happen with gazumping is somebody makes a higher offer than what you've already agreed. Now, when most people sell their houses, it's their one asset where it's their biggest opportunity to cash in and get the highest price they can. So you could argue it's a selfish thing to do if you gazump your existing buyer. What would we all do in the same situation? If somebody offered us a higher price for our house, honestly, what would we do? We'd consider it. And the chances are we might consider going with the higher offer once we'd assessed all the risks. So it's not illegal, because legally we have to submit any offer that a person makes on any of our properties to the vendor, and it's down to the vendor to make a decision. They usually ask our advice, but it's not our decision to make. So if you are being gazumped, it's not pleasant. I get that 100%. I've dealt with it many a times, but we'll always do our due diligence to try and avoid that situation happening. But if it happens to you, then yeah, it's not a great situation to be in.